Hi guys, I hope you is all well. I'm back with a different video than usual. It's a commentary video on the 2024 Paris Olympics because I'm a huge fan of the Olympics and it's more fun for me to watch than Alicia Doherty's ugly mug. We're going to talk about some of the biggest controversies as well, but first, we have to talk about this fucking mascot because I spent the whole of the first day thinking, what the fuck is that thing? Is it a shit octopus, dolphin, some sort of shark, a weird red croissant? And no, it's a fucking hat. It represents the traditional small, I think it's called Frisian, I don't know, I'll put the spelling up for you, caps from the French Revolution. It's a symbol of freedom and revolution. For reference though, in my defence, these are some of the previous Olympic mascots, mostly animals, so you can see why I thought it was a sea creature. Especially this version that the BBC have at the pool with the goggles on. I understand it's got a deep meaning and that, but if it was me, I'd have picked a shark. I watched that film Under Paris last week on Netflix about mutant sharks swimming around the Seine, I don't know how you say it, the massive river that runs through Paris, killing all these swimmers. Actually, they were probably right thinking about it. A red hat is slightly less terrifying, given the circumstances. And we've got to talk about the opening ceremony. Did you see it? What in the magic mushroom nightmare fuel was that? What the fuck were they thinking? If nothing else, it was entertaining, but it offended so many people worldwide. Christians were in uproar saying it was making a mockery of Christianity and that it was demonic. I mean, fair enough, they did have this thing in a red dress, walking round holding its own decapitated head and still managing to sing. So I guess that's why they thought it was demonic. Everyone was comparing it to Da Vinci's The Last Supper painting, but with the modern take being that instead of Jesus Christ, the Last Supper was a giant naked ginger-bearded Smurf with a beer belly, and all of the apostles were drag queens or extravagantly dressed zombies carrying their own head and singing. Apparently this is a Greek god called Dionysus, who was the Greek god of fertility, wine and revelry, and the ceremony was supposed to represent tolerance and inclusion of all communities. I'm not being funny, but this guy, this podgy blue fella, is not what my mind conjures up when someone says Greek god, but each to their own, I guess. Honestly, whoever came up with this idea was high as a kite, and whoever approved it, they need sectioning. Surely out of all the people involved in the organisation, production and approval of the ceremony, someone must have thought at some point it was a bad idea and going to cause uproar. Anyway, they have apologised, so we'll leave it at that. For me, one of the biggest controversies of the Olympics so far is this disgusting streak of piss being allowed to represent his country in the Olympics. This is Steven van der Velde. He's a beach volleyball player from the Netherlands and is a convicted paedophile. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison in 2016 for the R-word of a 12-year-old girl. Yeah, 12. He was 19. And he only ended up serving 12 months of his sentence. How the fuck are they letting a convicted R-word of children compete in the Olympics? He's admitted it, by the way. It's not like he was wrongly accused or anything like that. Obviously, there's been a massive uproar that he's been allowed to compete and he's being booed whenever he appears. But I'm genuinely disgusted that they've let him represent the country. Next, I want to talk about something that I think's unfair, and that's the 2 per country rule in gymnastics. So Jordan Childs, the American gymnast, she came 4th in the qualifying rounds. But because 2 of her teammates scored higher than her, she's not even allowed in the final because they only let a maximum of 2 people per country in. How fucking tight is that? I think they really need to reevaluate the rule because it just doesn't seem fair. The Olympics are supposed to be the best athletes in the world. It shouldn't be possible to be the 4th best in the qualifiers, yet not be allowed to qualify because 2 of those who have higher scores than you are from your country. That's just my opinion on the matter, but whoever makes the rules, give your head a fucking wobble. Jordan Childs wasn't the only one having a bad day. This man here, Bob Ballard, he was one of the commentators for Eurosport and they sacked him because he made an inappropriate comment. Or I think it was a bit harsh. It was just a fucking joke. He was talking about a women's swimming event and he said something like, well, the women are just finishing up, you know what women are like, hanging round, doing the makeup. Honestly, I don't think there was any ill intent. It was just a shitty joke. Surely telling a shit joke's not a crime. Obviously, I know it's sexist and misogynistic, but I think sacking him is a bit over the top. They could have just let him apologise. There's worse things in the world to be mad about. On a better note, let's look at some of the highlights. One of my favourite things so far was Tom Daley and Noah getting the silver in the synchronised diving. They were beaten by China, who were scarily perfect. They looked like they were AI generated, absolutely flawless. But I just really like Tom Daley and Noah, they're just lovely. Tom Daley makes me laugh so much. I saw him spectating. He was watching the ladies springboard and he was in the crowd just knitting. He's such a vibe. Look at these posts for reference. Tom is homosexual. He's married with 2 sons. He's a very wholesome guy, but his humour is up there. Olympic flag bearer had me in stitches. Watching the absolute queen that is Simone Biles representing the USA is another massive highlight. She is just out of this world. So many A-list celebrities came out to see her and all. There was Snoop Dogg, Tom Cruise, Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga, just loads. Talking about that, Snoop Dogg himself is a fucking mood at the Olympics. He's like the official mascot of America. He's just having an absolute blast. He's a highlight in himself. Going back to Simone though, she's been through so much and it's just nice to see her back with such incredible performances. And she helped the team win gold. They were all absolutely fucking incredible. It was a well-deserved gold. But I can't wait to see Simone Biles in the individual finals as well. Looking forward to that. My favourite thing so far has been the swimming and so much has happened. Our British legend, Adam Peaty, he was swimming in his 3rd Olympics. He got the 100 metres backstroke and he got joint silver medal with Nick Fink from USA. They were just pipped at the post by Italy's Martinenghi. I'd love Peaty to get the goal, but the Italian, he had an amazing race. He did deserve to win. It was Peaty's 6th Olympic medal. What a fucking achievement. I fucking love him. He's actually tested positive for COVID. Whether it affected his performance or not, that's anyone's guess. I don't think he's going to be swimming in the relay on Friday. I think it's on Friday anyway, the 100 metres relay final. But Great Britain did win. The males won the 200 metres relay final, which I love watching. Another highlight was in the swimming, where Australian Kaylee McEwen, she broke an Olympic record and she got the gold in the 100 metres backstroke. And Daniel Whiffen from Ireland, he broke the Olympic record and got a gold in the 800 metres. And Leon Marchand from France, he got a gold in the 200 metres men's butterfly. And he broke an Olympic record doing that. That was nice to watch. He was in front of his home crowd, obviously. And every time he came up doing the butterfly, the chants were so loud. And it was just like every time he come up, they were like, hey, hey. It was great. The only world record so far that's been broken in the swimming was in the 100 metres freestyle. I know I'm going to fuck up the pronunciation of this name, so apologies for that. But I think it's Pan Zhangji, I don't know, of China. He's the only one to have broken his world record so far. They're saying the pool is slow because it's not deep enough. I don't have a fucking clue how that affects time, but it does, apparently. Science. I also really enjoyed watching the women's team archery event. I was shocked because I've never watched it before. I've always thought it was a bit boring. But it was really good. Republic of Korea versus the People's Republic of China. They were both phenomenal. It was such a tight match, but South Korea had the edge at the end and they took the gold. They've won the gold in this event for the last 40 years. How fucking mad is that? I think my favourite so far was the British women rowers winning the gold in the quadruple sculls. They got a photo finish. Watch this, against the Netherlands. How fucking close was that? What an exciting race. I'm filming this on Thursday morning. I think later on today it's the women's individual gymnastics finals. I can't wait for that. And on Friday, I think there's the 100 metre swimming relays. My favourite events are always track and field, so I can't wait for that. Let me know if you want me to do another Olympics video. And I hope you're all enjoying the Olympics. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.